Patricia, hacking isn't really clearing your throat in computer terms, is it?
No, it's certainly not. There's an awful lot of money and intelligence involved in hacking for some of these. It's mostly young chaps. A story I'm familiar with, and it's fairly close to home, is the driving licence situation in England, where if you're caught speeding or drink driving, you get points on your licence, and if you collect 12 points, that's it, you've lost the licence. And there are young chaps in England who hack into these driving licence systems and remove the points from your licence and issue you with a nice clean licence. And there's an awful lot of businesses in England will pay these young fellas about £100 a point to remove the points from their licences.
Very lucrative,
Yes, indeed.
yes. Stephen, you have ambitions to be a hacker. In fact, you've hacked into games before, haven't you?
Yes, using programs that pokes and kind of things that you get in magazines, and they alter the program to give you indestructibility, extra jumps, infinite lives, things like this.
And you, without the aid of technology, really have, with your own brain, got into these games, isn't that right?
Yeah,
and
in a way.
beaten them.
Yeah.
And your ambition, what is your ambition in computer terms?
Maybe to write my own adventure game.
And make a fortune, of course. Well,
Yeah.
of course, games and logos and all of that are involved with graphics in the computer world, and this is what Jane works in. You won a prize recently for computer graphics.
Yes, I came runner-up in a competition.
And that is what we might call the pleasure end of your world, yes.
I make up three-dimensional slides, and then we do graphic slides for people who want to use, say, maps, pie charts, line graphs, and whatever.
And is there a big future in that? Companies using these for presentations?
It's a small business at the moment, but it should be picking up. And more and more people are beginning to use it as a means of bringing across their company and their logos and stuff like that. And
Well, a lot of our young people here are interested in graphics. Carol, have you ever made pictures on your computer or whatever?
Yes, I use language logo, and we do projects. You get a lot of little programs which draw little things, and you build them all together, and you have a landscape or a picture.
You see your future as being in
Well, yes, I'd like to
computer
do that,
graphics.
and working at on making maybe like games like Stephen. Making things move using colour. If we
Right.
can get colour for our home computer and that kind of thing.
John, you are involved in another growing industry here with computers in the line of expert systems. Could you explain to us what they are?
Sure. Expert systems is a very small part of what is universally called artificial intelligence. The ideal objective of artificial intelligence is to simulate the human brain, if you like. And when you look at it, the human brain isn't very efficient because you forget things. But with artificial intelligence, as applied to a computer situation, the computer doesn't forget things. However, the whole area of expert systems covers such things as medical diagnosis systems, for example, where the expertise of a human expert is transferred into a computer, and the computer can form a diagnosis on a patient. Now, that has applications, let's say, where experts aren't available, for example, in the third world, where people can have access to these systems, and usually it's correct. In fact, the medical case, there were information from 89 experts put into the computer, and it turned out afterwards that the computer had a higher hit rate as far as correctness of diagnosis is concerned than any of the individual 89 experts, which means...
Do you think not that these are very impersonal? People don't really like talking to computers. Are you kind of suggesting that people would use these to people come in and type in their symptoms into the computer?
That's a very good point, and that all comes down to very much a psychological thing on the part of human beings. However, certainly that is the case as far as today's technology is concerned, certainly in the developed world, where no one is prepared to entrust their life in the hands of a computer. However, an expert system in that case would be well used as a backup system by a doctor who would use the expert system as a verification of his own diagnosis.
A computer couldn't give you an injection anyway, so we still do need humans, thank goodness, in that line.
That's right, until we have the robotic arms, which is another part of
You're
expert
determined
systems.
to make a computer into a human here. Yeah.
That's right. Well, artificial intelligence doesn't just incorporate expert systems, but also such things like robotic control systems or vision control systems, where you can link a camera into a computer and the computer can recognize your face as being Patricia or John or whoever. No matter what sort of face you can make, the computer can recognize the outline by...
Would that be safe? I mean, a computer would know specifically. You know, would a person find it easy to hack in on that by just changing their makeup?
Well, hacking, I personally believe, in the sense that it has been covered, where you can, via telephone line or otherwise, break a password of a computer, I think is becoming a thing of the past as far as real hacking is concerned. Because
well, maybe not, because Catherine here at the end of our row on the right here has invented something that will help people log into a computer wherever. Could you explain to us what this is?
Well, we like to think that this device here, which is a portable terminal, is a portable mainframe. A mainframe being a large computer.
Right.
We all have to use computers, and we are now very familiar with the case of people who have to travel around in their daily business, and they need access to vital information no matter where they are. So we have designed, in the company I work for, we've designed this portable unit that you can carry around, and literally by plugging into the telephone using a standard telephone cable that we all have at home,
you can do your work.
we can do our work, we can find out, get information. So salesmen, for example, who are on the road all the time, they know the stock situation of their base by literally making a phone call and getting that information.